actually the car. I think Jensen, following the Red Bull, said how good it actually looked on track. Now, maybe they haven't really shown their full deck of cards, so it'll be interesting to see how quick that car be. You wouldn't expect it to be that far off the pace, to be honest. A little twitch there, that Ferrari out of turn 2.
And just behind, is that Felipe Massa in the Williams? Yes, it is. So Räikkönen zooms past. Massa, who used to be in this car, is now following the Ferrari. And Räikkönen returning, of course, to the Ferrari team, in which he won the World Championship and, of course, the Australian Grand Prix. In his first race for them.
And a man, I think, he's still very, very hungry. You know, you sort of talk to him and look at his body language. Sometimes you sort of think he doesn't really want to be here. But that is just the way Kimi goes about his racing. But he's going to be an interesting factor going into, or back to his team. But, of course, with Fernando Alonso there, a man that really does make sure that everything works.
Still struggled with the front during that lap.
Okay, Daniel, understood. Still struggle with the front.
And make sure, yes, Fernando makes sure that everything works around him and for him.
So Button fastest from Alonso and Ricciardo, and Rosberg 4th fastest. But what news of Lewis Hamilton? He stopped earlier, Ted. Are we closer to finding out why?
Yes, we are. Done some top rootling, and from Niki Lauda says that a sensor shut the engine down for no reason. Now, that's bad, obviously, because Lewis loses an hour and a half of setup work, but it's good because it's not the engine blowing up, or the KERS blowing up, or the turbo heat ERS blowing up either. So it does appear to be one of those rogue little problems, which is easily fixed, perhaps, if they can get to the sensor, fix it, and then send them out again in free practice 2, but has a big drawback in terms of its consequence, that a driver, from something so minor as a sensor, erroneously shutting down the engine, a driver loses a whole practice session. So that's what happened to Lewis.
Just going to watch. I'll bring you back in 2 seconds, Ted. Watching Kimi Räikkönen, it's just struggling, isn't he, when he's getting on the power. And Johnny, that was very reminiscent of an awful lot of what I saw of Räikkönen at Bahrain, coming out of 2 into 3, where he was just fighting that car when he was getting down on the power.
Yeah, that seemed to be one thing that everybody was mentioning, was actually the Ferrari did look a bit of a